That's Anakin's betrayal from the Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith soundtrack. Well, hi there. It's me, Frank Leibowitz from Gay Boy Lego, and today we've got something rather exciting here. We're going to be talking about the 3 sets released in conjunction with The Batman. I had a little bit of extra money that I had saved, and I was going to spend that for Rob's birthday gift, but instead I decided to get myself some Lego sets. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through all 3 of these bad boys, and we're going to take a look at them, and we're going to review them, and I'm going to tell you if these things are worth buying or not. The first one, I guess, that we're going to talk about here is Batman and Selina Kyle Motorcycle Pursuit. Let's do it. Okay, so here's the box for the first set that we're going to be looking at. Not entirely sure what the conflict is here. I mean, Selina Kyle and Batman are like friends in the movie, so I don't know why they're portraying them here as like opponents. Kind of a weird premise. Not to mention, I don't know about you guys, but that fat-ass butt-looking front of Batman's bike looks absolutely atrocious, but I guess we'll just have to open this up and see what we have inside. Lego, I swear to fucking God, man, you do not need to have 2 instruction manuals in a... 2 minifigures, neither of whom are exclusive. First up here, we've got the Batman. He looks pretty freaking good. I mean, the armor is nicely detailed. It's, you know, it's a good-looking torso and leg print there. No arm printing when it really would have been nice, given the fact that he's got, like, all those things on his arm in the movie. That would have been cool. Back printing's pretty solid. The cape is just a single pinhole this time. Really disappointed to see this face is still circulating in LEGO Batman sets. We really should have gotten a new head at this point. I mean, I think that this head is, for God's sake, over like 10 years old, so it really needs replacing. And then we've got his standard cowl, which once again does not feel like a proper decision here because Robert Pattinson's cowl did not look like this. You also get an alternative head for him and hair. The face does not look right at all. It is not evocative even slightly of Robert Pattinson. Looks like an old head design that they just sort of pulled out of the bin from like 2012. Anyways, he's got an alternate face here. And admittedly, that face does look a little bit better. Then we have Selina Kyle here. She looks alright. I mean, she's got the Mutt Williams hair. She's got no printed legs like Batman, unfortunately, but her printed torso is pretty good. They gave her a chain for some goddamn reason. They gave her 2 smiling faces, this smiling face and this smiling face. I fundamentally disagree with that decision. I mean, she's a melancholic character in a melancholic movie, so I don't know why they have her grinning it with both of her faces. That seems like a dumb choice. They also equipped her with her helmet here, so yeah, that's cool, I guess. Moving on, the actual set here has 3 components. You got 2 bikes, 1 bat signal, and they also throw in this crate right here. They have you put a sticker on top of it, and inside it's just this red jewel. Seems to be, you know, this set's MacGuffin. Anyways, so the actual meat, and here we got the bat signal. Please do not judge me for the absolute dog shit job I did applying that sticker. I'm very embarrassed of it, thank you very much. Not to mention this bat signal oscillates, because even though they've been making bat signals now for about 16 years, they cannot figure out how to make one that is static. Anyways, on the side over here, we've got some of Batman's equipment. We've got a Batarang, and we've got his grapple launcher there, which I really like in the movie, how he just shoots it into people. Anyways, then we got two bikes. Firstly, we have Batman's bike right here, and I gotta say, I initially thought that that big fat ass on the front would be really distracting, but it actually looks pretty good. What I do take issue with this bike is how Batman sits inside of it. And when I mean that, like, he literally sits inside it. He doesn't ride it like an actual motorcycle, he just sits on it like that, and it looks so fucking dopey. But other than that, you know, it's a pretty competent bike. Selena Kyle's bike over here, once again, has this whole, like, sitting thing going on in here. She's got more complicated handles here. I guess it kind of works like that. Yeah, it looks okay. It's nice, it's cool. Ultimately, yeah. You know, this set isn't completely awful. I mean, you're getting plenty of bang for your buck, as it were. You know, you're getting two entire bikes and a bat signal, and it's only 20 bucks here in jolly old Canada, but I gotta say, this is really kind of a set that you can skip. The minifigures aren't exclusive, and the actual content of the set, while decent, it's not all that impressive. I mean, it's fine for what it is. It's cool, I guess, but not really a lot of substance here. And if you're getting the Batcave already, then just forget it. Don't even bother with this. Alright, so next up we have got the Batmobile, the Penguin Chase. Oh, what a name. Who designed this? This looks like dog shit. Look at that. Look at that. That looks awful. Batmobile, and looks like for some goddamn reason they didn't give Penguin his car. That's nice. Let me just get this off.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. Yeah, I need you now, tonight. Yeah, I need you more than ever. And it's only perfect time. We'll be holding up forever. And we're always making it right. 'Cause we'll never grow. Together we can take it to the end of life. Your love is like a shadow on the other side. I don't know what to do.
So in terms of minifigures that we got with this one, firstly we have Batman, and it's the exact same Batman that we had in the last set. And then we also have the Penguin, Oz, as it were. Firstly, he's got this big, stupid, dumbass, gimmicky, I don't even know what kind of bazooka. It's stupid, it's awful, I hate how it looks, and I wish it weren't even here. But then we have the actual proper Penguin minifigure, and he's just got a box revolver here, and he's got a nicely detailed suit with lots of purple accents in there. You know, you got the whole pinstripe thing going on. You got his goopy, slightly disfigured face, although, quite frankly, I don't think this really does justice to his disfigurement. I think he just kind of looks like an old man here. And he's got a hairline which is very much intact, and that hair is not even remotely accurate to how it was in the movie, but, you know, whatever. So, perfectly fine minifigure. And then we also, once again, have Robert Pattinson's disembodied head. So I gotta say, this Batmobile is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. The color palette here is quite limited, although I like that, you know, we don't have any needless, ugly colors sticking out on this. It's pretty It's pretty much just the gray and the black. I forgot to add some parts. Pretty different from other imaginings of the Batmobile that we've seen previously, and I'm pretty open to this. Granted, it's not the most, it's not the most flashy of vehicles that we've ever seen Batman ride around in, but that's kind of okay. A more down-to-earth Batmobile for a more down-to-earth Batman. Inconspicuous piece of blackness right here. And it shoots out 2 spring-loaded shooters just from there, and then it's 2 streams of blue fire coming out of the hood right there, pretty cool. You got the little stream of blue fire coming out of the side right there, pretty cool. On the wheels, as you can see, they've got these 1x1 pieces that they decided to have put on in lieu of like a hubcap. I think that looks bad. You can take off the roof and the windshield and whatnot, and inside we got a pretty detailed interior. We got 2 stickered pieces for consoles and the like. We got a steering wheel right there, and it's even got like a crank on the side. At the back we've got a little bit more of a flourish here, as you can see we've got this one bit that sort of juts out from the side, and that sort of, gives it a nice angular sort of bit of detail right there. Got a big fat engine at the back with another stream of that blue fire coming out, very, very evocative of what we see in the movie. Looks very fast, looks very cool, very strong. It's a good looking vehicle. I like it. Quite honestly, I find this to be well worth the money because it's detailed and elaborate, but it doesn't go too far with anything. It's a very mature model, and I think that it's something that an adult would be comfortable displaying just as much as a kid would be comfortable playing with this. It's nice, it's versatile, it's fun, but it's simple, and it's not too much of a, it's not too much of a gimmicky mess to be unenjoyable, as it were. I just kind of gave my final thoughts before the final thoughts segment.
Once upon a time I was falling in love, now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do, total eclipse.
The final set we'll be talking about is the Batcave, the Riddler face-off. Now, this is actually the first Lego Batcave that I've ever gotten, but I'll give you a brief history of Lego Batcave. So March 9th, 2006, the original Lego Batman Batcave comes out, and it essentially sets the bar for all other Batcaves to come. It was an absolutely phenomenal set. It was absolutely huge. It had a nice cast of minifigures. It became iconic not only for being the first Lego Batcave, but also for its frequent appearances in Forest Fire 101's Lego Batman series. After that, it was a sad 5 years without any more Lego Batcaves, but December 21st, 2011, we got the Batcave in the Lego Batman Renewal series, and this one sucked. It was kind of lame, it was kind of small, it was kind of stupid, and it was mostly worthless. After that, we had to wait until February 18th, 2016, and then we got the Batman Classic TV series Batcave. This one was met with mixed reception. It did have that big, kind of ugly, wet sand wall that nobody really wanted, but it also had a really good cast of minifigures, and it had some parts of it that were nicely built. Also in 2016, we got the Batcave break-in from the Lego Batman movie. This one was quite cool. It came with some cool bat suits, it came with a really nice, detailed, excellent Alfred minifigure, and came with some vehicles. It was a good set, it was a good set. Then more recently, in 2019, we got a Batcave that nobody got and nobody cared about, and now we have this. So instead of showing you guys me just building this and whatnot, I'm just going to show you a cat video. Just watch this and then the set will be built. Who fucking cares? So for our minifigures, the first two are just the same Batman that we saw before and the same Selina Kyle that we saw before, although don't worry, she still features her chain, which apparently is a very integral part of her design and her character because she keeps appearing with it. Our first new minifigure that we have is just regular old Bruce Wayne, although the box identifies him as Bruce Wayne Drifter. He's got that same kind of dumpy looking face. He's got a disheveled looking sweater there. He's got legs that I know come in a city set. He's got his screaming face, and something that they also include is this, like, motorcycle helmet. It's good that they include that, because he appears with it several times in the movie, so it makes sense that they'd give it to him. Granted, when he wears it, it makes him look like a complete and total tool. Look how dumb that looks. Then we've got Alfred. He's pretty evocative of Alfred. I mean, yeah, it's alright. Then we've got Commissioner Gordon here. He's pretty accurate. I like what they did with him. They gave him the widow's peak hair, which I think was a nice choice. Good choice for the skin tone. He's got that sort of gruff appearance. They gave him a pistol and some handcuffs. It's so nice to see proper guns in a Lego set. And then he's got a more angry expression right there. He is what he is. Then we got the Riddler. Can you believe that there's actually some people who have, like, a crush on the Riddler? There's actually people who think that the Batman's Riddler is, like, attractive. Anyways, as far as Lego terrorists go, this one's pretty good. He's got his phone right there. He's got a box revolver. So nice to see that weapon again. He looks really stupid. They tell you to put the hair on top of the mask, and it just looks so fucking dumb. Anyways, when you take that off, he actually looks like he does in the movie, so yay for that. The torso is great, the face is great, I like the glasses, they're portrayed well. 6 minifigures for a set of this size is quite good, 4 exclusives is also quite good, so yeah, I'm pretty content with that. They include 3 of these, like, Riddler cipher things. It's a little red magnifying glass over here, and then you hold it over the things and it reveals a message. So this one says, "To the Batman." This one is just a picture of the Riddler's face. This one is just his question mark target symbol cipher thing. Then we've got this bike. It's pretty similar to the ones in the other set, just for comparison. This is Batman's bike that we got in the small set. This is Selina Kyle's bike that came in the small set. And then we have this one. It's just kind of like a dumbed down version of those two kind of mushed together. Not really too much interesting there. Then we got the Bat computer over here. It does like fit into the rest of the set, but it sort of just is detached and floats on its own. We got 3 big old stickers right here with like lightsaber blades up above to indicate light, so that's cool. Just different screens with, you know, question marks and, you know, targets, and the bike is right there, and then you got a big Riddler monitor right there, and, you know, you got all this other junk, and you got a thing with the Batmobile there, and the cowl and whatnot, and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. We've got a keyboard sticker right down there, we got the mug, then we've got magnifying glass there, and then we've also just got a chair, and that's that. And so then we'll get to the meat of our set, as it were. Now you might be thinking, why is there a big gaping hole in the middle? Well, that's actually for 2 things, possibly. Firstly, you can just get your Bat computer and put it in there, so it can sort of like move on the track right there, if you will, but, you know, you're going to want to just put it back there. Or, if you want, you can take your Batmobile and have it, like, being worked on in the middle, if you want. When it comes to this whole middle part here, there's really not much to it. I mean, it's just sort of a, you know, area. It's mostly blank, but, I mean, it's fitting and it's evocative of what we see in the movie. Up here, as you can see, we've got Wayne Terminus right there, showing that, you know, that's where Batman has set up this really grungy, really gross Batcave. Right up here we've got some lamp pieces and whatnot. Very cool. Really sort of set the mood. It's 4 minifigure heads, by the way, so That's cool. We've got stairs on either side of this big bridge section, and there really isn't anything back here to see for this part. Yeah, just a walkway, and then we got stairs on that side and stairs on this side, and then it sort of leads down to the parts below. Back here, what we've got is a sort of jail cell with a sticker right there, terribly applied by yours truly. We have a door right here which can be broken out. Anyone who's kept in there can basically escape through that, because they got, you know, clear plastic there, and a door right there, so they tell you to put Riddler in there, but I ain't fucking doing that. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. Obviously not in the movie, but something that they decided to add. And then on this side, as you can see, we just have the bat suit just sort of displayed in an opening there, and nothing else really going on that side. And then on either side of the stairs, as you can see, we've just got like lamps that are stylistically congruent with the lamps that we saw up top. We've got a map over here on what I assume is another monitor. Oh, no, that's not a monitor. That's like a Bristol board, because he's got like little strings attached to it. Then we got a little laptop down here. Cipher things that Batman's trying to work out. Sticker on the monitor and sticker for the keyboard there. And then over here we've just got a whole bunch of tools, as you can see, just up on the wall we got a whole bunch of tools, and then we've got a little table with a wine bottle on it for some reason. We've got some what looks like welding equipment over here, and then on this side, I forgot to show you, we've just got a grappling hook attached to the side of this area right over here. All that's on some gunmetal gray 2x2x10 struts right there, and that is basically it.
Turn around, bright eye.
Ultimately, I think that this is a pretty good set. You don't really need to have the other sets to enjoy this one. I think it stands pretty well on its own. I think it helps to have the Batmobile, but, you know, it feels like a complete set and a proper Batcave even without the Batmobile, if you will. It's very evocative of what we saw in the movie in terms of just the pure grunginess and grossness of this particular iteration of the Batcave. Very much out of sight of the public and sort of improvised, if you will. Lots of incorporation of what this place used to be, working it in with how it's being used presently, and I think that's pretty cool. Ultimately, I think that this set comes together nicely. It's relatively enjoyable, it's pretty fun, it looks as it ought to, and yeah, it's a good set. It's pretty solid. I'm glad that I have it, and now on to the final thoughts of the Lego The Batman. So, that's been my review of all of the individual Lego The Batman sets. Gotta say that individually these work pretty well. Really like the Batmobile, really like the Batcave. The bikes are kind of, you know, I could take them or leave them. Ultimately, I think what really kind of irks me about this entire line, if you will, is that it leaves the villains just totally naked to Batman's unbelievable assault, courtesy of 2 motorcycles, a Batmobile, and an entire layer's worth of equipment and forensic technology and whatnot. What I would have given for Penguin to have a car, or for Riddler to have an apartment, or for Riddler to have some of his, you know, like, lackeys, his, you know, followers, if you will. What I would have given for some of that, because as it stands, while these are all good, and I think that they work especially in terms of display, very evocative of the movie, and not so overly reliant on play features and whatnot that their appearances are compromised. I really would have liked something so that the villains could actually be just a little bit equipped in this particular scenario, because as it stands, you know, there's not really too much standing between them and Batman's hurtling fist. So that's all I've got to say. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a great life. And I'll see you the next time I decide to log on here. Gay Boy Lego. Signing out.